When I became manager, the bonus structure that had previously existed disappeared. The man who was the manager before me for 36 years, what he had done was take the stacks of fuel behind our store, gasoline and diesel that would be sold to farmers and construction companies, and he would not let fuel trucks come and fuel the store tanks. He would only let them fuel the giant stacks. And then he would take the stacks and sell fuel from there to the store, and then sell fuel from the store to the customers. So for 36 years, he was making bonus money off of doubling all of the sales for all the fuel for the entire year. That I'm aware of, they didn't catch on until he retired. And that's when bonuses went from a couple $1,000s a year to like $200 per quarter, if you did everything correctly. What a nightmare. First week of the summer 2019, we had two kids coming on bicycles to buy candy. One kid slams down a handful of change on the counter. I heard the tingle sound of, 90% silver, because I know what it is. He bought $4 worth of candy with $4 worth of silver dimes and quarters. I asked him, hey, did you get this money from your parents? And he said, yeah. Little shit lied to me, of course. Over the course of the rest of the summer, that kid paid for candy with $49 worth of silver dimes and quarters. We held on to him till about Christmas. None of the parents, anybody who came showed up, looked for him or anything. So December we sold them. It was a little over $900 worth of silver. Split it up, gave each of the employees an extra $100 in their paycheck for Christmas. We tried to be nice about it, but, nobody ever comes looking for it. Can't really return it. Kids suck. Like and subscribe if you want. I don't know. One of our fuel truck drivers came in one time complaining about head trauma. The back of his head was pretty messed up. That's a bobtail truck right there. We used them to deliver propane. That one's not one of ours, just a stock image. And you can see that back window there is really close to where the seats would be. Well, our truck driver had to slam his brakes really hard. He went forward, then went back and smashed the back of his head into the window. He fell down twice in the store while I was getting my car keys, and we quick got him into my car and took him to the hospital. He was okay eventually, but he had to get x-rays and all that fun stuff. I got written up, and so did the coworker who was working with me, because if he was really in that bad of shape, we should have called an ambulance. And, the company, shouldn't have to have employees out taking people to the hospital. That's ridiculous. Such is life. During my tenure as a manager for the station, we got a car wash, which was interesting. A lot of construction. It wasn't one of the ones that pull you through. It was one of the ones where you drive in, stop, and everything moves around you on rails. It finished construction in November. We would run car washes during the winter up here because people want to get the road salt off their vehicles. Within the first 5 vehicles, we had a pickup truck go through, and I heard a hell of a sound. Watched the video. The guy had an artificial Christmas tree in the bed of the pickup truck. The spinning soft cloth brushes picked it up out of the bed, ripped it into pieces, and flung them into the walls. It was a hell of a sight, and I wish I had the video still. Oh man, I don't miss that car wash. Car washes are terrible. Sometimes, you're either not paying attention or paying attention to the wrong thing. I did the daily paperwork at one point and had everything for the deposit set up, all the cash rubber banded together, and we had an issue with a customer, so I shoved it in the drawer of my desk. Forgot about it. I wasn't there the next day. My assistant manager did the paperwork, did all the cash, did a deposit, opened the drawer, saw mine sitting there, and just didn't think about it either, set his on top. I think he thought I was coming in that night to do the deposit. That night, the employees were there. Somebody got into our office, and it went missing. Hi, I have a cat next to me. Checked the cameras. We got robbed by a 10-year-old. About $8,000 in cash. Police recovered it all, and we got an apology letter written in crayon. At the beginning of the pandemic, like everyone else, we had a lot of trouble getting supplies in. Now, that on screen is not something we normally carry in supplies, and it was more of a weird acquisition situation. I had a customer who ran a store that sold such things, and he had a wife who ran a daycare. Well, the daycare couldn't get toilet paper anywhere. I couldn't get toilet paper because, as you might remember, it was pretty scarce. But what I could get was the industrial grade, giant, huge rolls of toilet paper for our bathrooms. So he traded me a case of our toilet paper for 200 round boxes of that white box stuff right there. Yeah, it was fun to, trade with people around town and make some friends. You never know what you find. Like and subscribe for more ridiculous stories. Partway through my time working for the company at the gas station, we got a new car wash installed. It was a soft cloth spin brush unit that ran on rails, so you would drive your car into it, park it, and the whole machinery would move around you. And I got a whole lot of different stories about that, but the main thing I want to tell people is don't ever, 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 ever go into a car wash that physically touches your vehicle. I don't care how soft the ShamWow foam fabric is they use. Eventually, it's going to create swirl patterns in your clear coat. Might not happen the first time, probably won't happen the first time, but you are eventually going to have little circly swirl patterns, and it's not going to be great. Like and subscribe for more useless information. I never cared about crazy appearance stuff when it came to employees, as long as they were somewhat presentable. Oh no, you had a tattoo on your arm. Oh no, you had an eyebrow piercing or green hair. I don't care. As long as you help customers and do your job, you're doing good. A lady I hired had very serious makeup on. And I mean like girls' night out, Saturday night at the club makeup. Solid makeup. One of their upper management team had come through and seen it and told me, hey, you need to talk to your employees. She looks like a whore. And that was a fun sit-down conversation with myself and several other people in management. You can't say that about and nearly in front of an employee. You can't say that to me when other employees are also in the room and hear that. That's not okay. I don't know. Like and subscribe if you want more stupid content. Lottery tickets traditionally come in booklets. The $5 one we're going to talk about comes in a booklet of 100 tickets, so $500 worth. The ones on screen are just for show, so you know what I'm talking about. Usually it's about a 60% payback for the entire book, so if it's a $500 total pack, you're talking about $300 back in tickets. That'll be your 5s, your 10s, 15s, 25s, 50s, 100s, and so forth. Anything more than that, it's usually sprinkled randomly throughout the books. So by chance, you're probably not even buying from a booklet that has a big winner in it. Most booklets are pretty standard at 60% payback. That number varies state by state. Different state lotteries are a little different. Not much you can do about that. I would always tell people, hey, probably don't play lottery, but do if you want to, but don't play lottery, but do if you want to, but don't play lottery. Just like and subscribe for more random information. So we had a kid that would come in, probably 11 or 12, with a similar to this like Minecraft hoodie that could be zipped all the way up with like a face mask that he could see through. And I don't know why he thought like we wouldn't know it was him. It's the same kid that came here and bought candy all the time, but he stuffed his hoodie full of candy and chips, zipped it all the way up and tried to run out the door. One of the ladies that worked that day clotheslined him. I didn't know this until after the fact when I came into work the next morning and I had to watch the tapes because from the note they left me. They made him put all the candy back and send him home. And what was I going to do at that point? It was a day later, call the police. We actually ended up just showing the video to the kid's mom. And we never saw that kid in our store again. I don't know what the hell she did to him. But it's probably worse than what the police did. Like and subscribe for more gas station content.